Hi, and welcome to This Might Not Work Out podcast. This is episode 36, and I'm your host, TC. Today, I'm going to talk about one of the several books I finished. I just finished recently via Audible. Thank you, Audible. Some amazing books, amazing books. And one of them was Educated by Tara Westover. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. If you have not read this book already, read the book, listen to the book, find a way to capture the book and get it in your system. Educated by Tara Westover is an amazing book. Essentially, if you're not familiar with it, it's about a girl, Tara Westover. It's a memoir about her life. She's a Mormon who was raised off the grid, so to speak. Her father and mother as well, mainly her father, is just I don't want to call him a conspiracy theorist, but just one of those guys that felt like the government was infiltrating in ways that they shouldn't be. And so literally they are from Idaho, and they decided to raise their kids on some land in Bucks Peak, Idaho, that they owned, and to just live on the land. They got money and sustainability through, um, I was gonna say farming, but it's not farming. Through like scrap metal and doing different things with scrap metal, and then also her mother became an amazing, amazing apothecary. But before that, she was a midwife. So she was a midwife and apothecary, and now I mean, these people are like super rich. They have like essential oil businesses and all these other things. They're just like phenomenal people. Um, but she was raised literally like not like the rest of us. She never went to school ever, 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 until college. She has all these brothers and sisters. It's just this amazing story because she was able to overcome all these obstacles, but then at the same time, she's still very much grappling with them. She's brilliant, but imagine a child growing up in the 90s to 2000s really not knowing about American culture or all the things that we know, the nuances of things. It's mind blowing. So educated me on so many different aspects. But I think one of the biggest takeaways that I had from it is the fact that as dysfunctional as a family can be, and some families are way more dysfunctional than others, the affinity we have for our families, or the drive we have to be part of them or with them, or the feeling of camaraderie we have with them, even if we know that the situations within them are toxic, is inherently so strong. It's almost hard to truly, truly break from that. And even when you've broken from that, or when you don't deal with people anymore, or when you've cut people off, there's still a part of them that's you, and you that's them. It's so crazy to me. And so for this story, that's her life, there were times and aspects where she really did have to kind of break away or get away from the toxicity that was in her family. But yet she kept going back. And it's funny because time after time after time, friends, loved ones, people who meant well were kind of like, stop going there. Stop going back every holiday. Stop going back. But it's just like, how can you when there are people there that you love? There are aspects of the people, even though they may be hurting you, that you love, even though you might be afraid of them, that you love. They've raised you, they've allowed you to be in the world. Parts of them have afforded you opportunities, even if they didn't seem like true opportunities at the time. And so it's hard to really extrapolate yourself from that family unit. And that's so universal. I mean, I learned a lot about different cultures. I got a little insight into Mormonism. I know that that's not all there is about Mormonism. I love the fact that she is always willing within the book to say, like, these are my recounts of this information, or this is how I felt about it, versus if you talk to one of her siblings or someone else that knew them, they would say, maybe it's not like that, or her parents wouldn't agree with her and things of that nature. But the universal truth that we are so part of our family, and our family is so part of us, whether we like it or not, whether we love them or not, whether they were great or not, whether we want to embrace them or not is true. That is real, 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 real. And it just was mind blowing. A lot of us, even when we go on and off in life and we're like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and the other, your family, that nuclear family that raised you, has such a innate just core and nugget and part of your life. And so as I raise my kids too, I want to make sure that I'm imparting things in them that I know are going to be ingrained regardless, but I want them to be the right thing so that, even if life is hard or they think like, well, this is that, or this seems not as bad as I thought, that they'll know in their core the things, the values and the things that we've tried to teach them, and that they'll be inexplicably drawn to the core of our family. So that's all I want to say about that. But check out the book if you don't know it and you're not familiar. Get familiar. Educated by Tara Westover. It's totally, totally, totally worth it. You won't be able to put it down. Or you can listen to it, and that's even better.